Rule number 6, always try to improve yourself. You should always try to better yourself in every aspect of life. You should never want to be complacent or happy with where you are in life. And I'm not trying to say that to create, a toxic, relationship with yourself, or a toxic, you know, um mental way of thinking when it comes to, achieving things and bettering yourself, right? I'm not saying that, you shouldn't be happy with where you are, and you shouldn't be able to just take it step by step and day by day, and be content with where you are but not satisfied, and just to keep going in general, right? You should always, just be trying to improve regardless, of how you feeling. You know what I mean? Cause not every time, not every day you gonna be feeling 150%. But that don't mean that you should stop from trying to better yourself and continuing to see where you should grow at, and where you should improve in, certain aspects at, and always trying to learn and pick up on new things, right? That's point number one with that, right? Another point is, right, or pretty much what I already apprehended or said, right? Take it one step at a time and set realistic expectations. You want to be able to be truthfully honest with yourself, right? You want to be honest, and you want to be able to keep it a buck 50 with yourself, dog. Don't lie to yourself, right? You want to be able to like I said, try to achieve, improvement in every aspect of your life. But also you want to be realistic with the things that you setting out for yourself to improve, and the goals that you setting out to try to, reach and improve on, right? And just understand that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in one day. It's going to take time, especially depending on the type of goal and the type of things that you are trying to achieve, right? Right? That's rule number 6. Always try to improve in life, right? Rule number 7, never look down on people, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's pretty much like I said in rule 1. So I'm not going to go into too much depth with this point, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated, but don't be a pushover though. Don't let people walk all over you, and you treating them with kindness, respect, and you're being courteous and considerate of them, and they just dogging you out. They walking all over you. They don't care about, you know, what you have going on, and what you are, doing to, make them feel that way, and the way you are treating them. Don't just go for anything and just let it be cool because, you know, you want to treat them, with kindness, and, the way you want to be treated. Don't just, that, what I'm trying to say basically is just don't go for anything, right? Have some respect for yourself, have some pride for yourself in a healthy and, in a healthy and assertive way, but not being like toxically masculine and just, insecure, if that makes sense, right? Another point is, right, you may work harder or do something different than somebody else, but that doesn't make you automatically better, right? Just because you may be better at basketball than somebody else, don't make you a automatically better person than them, right? That's just an example right there, right? Just because you may be better than one of your teammates on the team, don't make you a automatically better person, and that just gives you the right to look down on them and talk about them, and to bring up personal things, and you know like I said, to look down on them, right? Now obviously in a certain sense, like if you better than him on the team, obviously it kind of does, make you better than him, because you're gonna be out, you're gonna be scoring more, you're gonna be, helping the team out, you may be able to clutch up in a certain situation and stuff like that, right? But that don't give you the automatic right to look down on them and to degrade them and, bring up personal things and to talk about them in that manner, right? You don't know what that person going through. Just because they may not be the best at basketball don't mean they may not, be good at soccer or football or better at, real life, skills and, things that they can use to benefit themselves if basketball, didn't work out. Just using that for an example, right? That's rule number 7. Never look down on people, right? Rule number 8, don't talk down on yourself, right? And this is probably another video topic that I'm going to talk about later on, probably today, right? Don't talk down on yourself, right? You are the only person you have at the end of the day, right? The way you talk and the way you think about yourself will start to form in real life. If you're constantly saying negative things and, talking down on yourself, oh, I'm a failure, or I'm a screw up, or I'm a mess up, or I'm a reject, and I'm just terrible, and, saying things like that, right? If you keep reaffirming those things and saying that in your head, or especially out loud, those things will start to manifest and start to come into fruition in real life, right? Most people, I feel like, and even myself, I'm not perfect. And in any of these videos, I'm not perfect. That's why I'm coming on and trying to get feedback from other people and just express how I'm feeling, on that specific topic or just in life in general, right? I feel like we underestimate the power of the mind and how much even just saying, words can alter and change the way we perceive, and think about ourselves, right? As a kid, you may have heard the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words don't hurt me. In hindsight, I don't care how mentally strong you are, and maybe that's just my perception and the way I think about it, but I feel like even if you are super mentally strong, words can still hurt you at the end of the day, right? So I feel like you should watch not only the way you talk about yourself, but like I said, even in Rule 7, never looking down on people and talking about other people in general, right? So that's rule number 8. Don't talk down on yourself. Rule number 9, right? Don't think/be serious all the time, right? This is a topic that I covered on multiple occasions and talked about multiple times on this channel. So I really won't try to go on and drag on too long with this one, right? Learn to live in the present moment and to not be so systematic all the time. Still be smart though. That doesn't just give you the right to automatically just be, nihilistic and just, carefree, right? Have some sense and be able to, still be formulaic, but just don't be so formulaic to where you're, so systematic that you automatically a robot or no, I have to do this thing at 10 o'clock on the dot AM every single day. Like, no, don't be like that all the time, right? Sometimes it's good to have change in life and switch up things. That way you don't end up being, more complacent than you may already be, or end up being complacent because you are always doing the same thing constantly, day in, day and out. Look forward to change, embrace change, accept change. That way you're able to, not always be so stuck up tight and so cooped up and able to, like I said, not end up being complacent or just end up, getting down on yourself because, you may not, feel like you're really living because you may be doing the same things over and over again, right? And just learn to, relax and recuperate yourself. Those things, those things go together hand in hand right there. So I won't really, go into too much about that. And I feel like, most people understand and can get what I say with that, right? So that's rule number 9. Don't think slash don't be so serious all the time. Rule number 10, right? Never share too much information with other people, especially depending on if you know them or if you don't know them that well, right? Not everybody needs to know what you have going on in your life, right? People can use any and everything against you, right? And I'm not saying that you automatically have to be, oh yeah, so uptight, so up guard. Man, I ain't letting nobody know what I got going on, man. You gotta be tight in the circle to even know what I got going on. If you ain't in my circle, you ain't know what I got going on. I ain't telling nobody nothing. I'm keeping it player P, right? I'm not saying that you should go through life about that and not being able to be vulnerable and open up and express yourself. Because to be honest, that's obviously how you deepen and, form relationships, right? You can't form a relationship with somebody without being vulnerable and opening up and letting them know, who you are as a person and, inviting them into your world, right? Obviously, you don't want to be that way all the time, like I said, because you won't be able to, be human and express human emotions and to connect with people, right? But at the same time, not everybody is deserving to know of what you have going on in your life. Just just because that may not be their business and that's just something that they don't need to know. And like I said, when you're expressing yourself, you opening up yourself and you inviting people into your world, you may not be able to see that person's true colors and the intent that they have with you, right? So they can end up turning on you and using that against you later on down the line in the future, right? Just kind of tread water and be careful when it comes to that. That may be a topic that I could touch on and go into depth more on, later on down the line, if you guys want to hear that, right? So with that being said, that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. Like I said, 10 rules of a real one. This is just something that, I came up with, something, that I think, that you should live by. Not saying that you have to, right? This is just my opinion and what I think. But I just wanted to share, this with people and just, whether or not if you take it in or whether or not just even listening in general, right? So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.